Today's vaccine is today's vaccine is spaghetti sauce by Kamsi Amatabo. Like the link to the video will be the description below. Go and check them out. So let's get into this vaccine in 3, 2, 1.
Hello everyone, welcome to Come Sit at My Table. We're Tom and Melissa, and we're really happy that you're here with us. Today we are making spaghetti sauce. Now this recipe came from my mom's very best friend. Her name is Sue. She has been a dear family friend of ours, well, for probably 50 years or more.
Wow.
This recipe was one she gave me in 2003. So we've been using it for 20 years.
Wow,
It's a
20
really
years.
good
Wow.
recipe, and I think you will love it. It's not very hard to put together. It does take a little time for it to simmer, to cook, but it's pretty simple to put together, and I think you'll really enjoy it. Let's talk about what we're going to need for this spaghetti sauce. First, we're going to start with 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Now, I'm using a lean ground beef, so hopefully it won't have a lot of grease to drain off of it, but use whatever you've got or whatever you can get. To that ground beef, we're going to add 1/2 cup of onions, and yes, you can tell that I've heaped those up because I love onions in this. So we're just going to put those in with the ground beef, and we need 1 teaspoon of garlic salt to go in right now. So I'm just going to go ahead and put those in, and I'm going to start those cooking. When the hamburger, the ground beef has browned, we will drain the grease off that really well. Then everything else just gets added in. And here's the other ingredients that you need. You're going to need a 4.5 ounce jar of sliced mushrooms. You're going to need 2 teaspoons of parsley flakes. I believe it's 2 teaspoons. Is that right, Melissa? Let me make sure. Yes, 2 teaspoons of parsley. You're going to need an 8-ounce can of tomato sauce and a 6-ounce can of tomato paste. We're also going to use 1 pint of diced tomatoes with the juice. Now, 1 pint is 16 ounces. If you're buying it in a can, it's also 2 cups. So 2 cups or 16 ounces or 1 pint of diced tomatoes. You're also going to need 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/4 teaspoon of pepper. Then you're going to need 1/2 teaspoon of oregano and 1/4 teaspoon of basil. You're also going to need 2 teaspoons of sugar. Yes, the sugar is important. That just helps cut the acidity of the tomatoes. And then finally, you're going to put in 3 bay leaves. Now, those will be removed at the end of the cooking time. So, we're going to get started cooking our hamburger. I already hear it sizzling. Now, it's going to take a few minutes to get this cooked and drained, but when we're ready to drain it, we will come back and show you the next step. We'll be right back. Our ground beef has browned, and we have drained it. So now it's time to add the rest of the ingredients. Everything else, that made a weird sound.
Yeah.
Everything else just gets dumped in. Then we're going to simmer it for 1 hour. Let's see if I can use a spatula to get this out. I want every bit of that liquid out there. All that tomato sauce. Waste it. And it's going to need that liquid. Okay. Let's add the tomato paste. Now the tomato paste will give it great flavor and it will also help thicken it.
Chicken it.
So we want to make sure we get that in there. This is just a small can of tomato paste. It's a 6-ounce can. Okay, that's in. Now let's put in our seasonings. Everything else just gets dumped in. The last thing we will put in is our bay leaves. By the way, I did drain the mushrooms. Okay. Now, we will turn this down to low and let it start to simmer.
We cover it for the first hour, right?
That's right. We do cover it. Let's get that back just a hair. We do cover it for the first hour that it's cooking. And we don't cook it hard. You don't want it to be, like a rolling boil. You just want it to simmer. So I'm probably going to turn it on about 2 or 3 on our gas stove. And I'll just keep an eye on it to make sure it's doing okay. Every once in a while I'll come over and just kind of stir it. Just, move it around a little bit. But then I'll put the lid right back on it and let it continue to cook. Okay, so 1 hour covered. Then we will uncover it and go for another 30 minutes. When that's finished, we'll be back and let you see what it looks like. Our spaghetti sauce has simmered and it is ready to eat. I can tell you that our house smells wonderful. So, here we go. We get to do the fun part here. And I'm just taking a little bit so that I don't ruin my appetite before we eat later.
I'm going to get this and that's... I like spaghetti. I like spaghetti sauce. So I'm going to get it and that's... a 9.5 out of 10. Yep. A 9.5 out of 10. Yep.
All right, babe. You taking the first bite?
I'm going to wait until we have some. I think that might be a really messy bite if I tried that.
Yeah, I was thinking that. If I tried to give you a bite of this, it would be all over you probably.
But it looks really good. I can't wait for us to have some lunch.
I can get it on my fork. There, excuse me, there is no graceful way to eat spaghetti. I decided that a long time ago. Wow, this is so good. My goodness. I might have to have 2 plates of this. That is delicious. Yum, yum.
Yum, yum.
Sue, thank you for sharing this recipe 20 years ago. Can you believe it's been that long? Crazy.
Crazy.
All right.
Really crazy.
I know there are tons of spaghetti recipes out there. Everybody's mama and grandmother have their own special sauce. And I would never tell you not to use those. But I'm going to tell you, if you try this, you might have a new favorite. Thank you so much for watching our videos. We appreciate those of you who have subscribed. If you've not yet subscribed, please click that subscribe button right below the video and the little notification bell beside of it and the word all. That will just allow YouTube to notify you every time we add a new video. And of course, we always appreciate it when you give us a thumbs up and say that you liked our video. Remember that right under the video, there is a description box. It has the title of this recipe in it. If you click that title or somewhere in that box will expand. You will find the written recipe there. Melissa always puts those in for you so you can have it written out. And our contact information is under that recipe. Thank you again for watching our videos. We appreciate it more than we could ever tell you. Remember, you are always welcome to come sit at my table. Have a great day.
That was Sue spaghetti sauce by Kamsi Amatapo. The link to the video will be in the description below. Go and check them out. And drop a like if you like. And comment down below if you want to see more reaction like this one. And subscribe if you're new. And click the bell to be notified when I upload. Bye. Did you logo? Yeah.